to the music. It could be bumpy, it could be smooth. Don't stop for shit, just keep doing you. Ain't nothing niggas say to you. Ain't nothing to it. My life.
Alright, so Halloween. So scary story time, huh? So, first off, if I can get this fog out of my freaking face. I was stationed in the military. I was in the military. I was a firefighter. And I was stationed overseas in England. I was assigned to RAF Lakenheath, World War II base, home of the 48th Fighter Wing. And, let's just see. Oh, she feels good. So, anyways, there was 3 fire stations. Station 1, Station 2, and Station 3. But Station 3 was over at another base called RAF Feltwell. And Feltwell was also a military base in World War II. And they say that they used to house prisoners over there. So this is going to be a two-parter. The first part is they say that we had the fire station over there was actually the area that they housed prisoners in. And it made sense because in the middle of the fire station was kind of a empty courtyard that was surrounded on all sides by the building. So the building was like a giant O, but like a square. And in the middle was a courtyard. And there was tons and tons of writing. You know, people had carved their names into the bricks and everything. And, you know, I never thought too much of it. I never went through and read. I mean, I carved my name in it and everything. And, oh yeah, she felt really good right there at lower speeds. But they say it was a prison. Now, I never knew this. So, normally when you get over there, you're kind of stationed over at Station 3 for a while because it's quiet. It's just a residential base. There's not much on it at all. No mission. It just houses people. And so it's, like I said, it's quiet. You can get a lot of your training done, your initial training. So I'm over there, but man, I could never, ever sleep at night. I don't know why. I always had this feeling that something was in my bunk room with me. Something was watching me. You know, you ever get that feeling like you know somebody's there and then you turn around and nobody's there? I always got that. And, you know, I never mentioned it to anybody. People just thought I was a night owl and, you know, because I'd be awake at 3 a.m. watching TV and shit in the day room. And, you know, nobody said anything to it. And then we get a female fire. She comes back from her deployment. And this is the first time I ever met her. And she was saying, oh yeah, I gotta go out to Station 3. I hate it out there. And nobody hated being out at Station 3. Okay? Because it was just so quiet. You loved it. Everything was so chill, so relaxed. There was no reason to ever hate it. So I asked her, I was like, why do you hate it out there? She goes, I can't sleep. I'm like, really? She's like, yeah, I can't sleep at all. I'm like, well, that's interesting. I can't sleep when I'm out there either. Well, one of the British guys that we worked with then pipes in and says, well, you guys know it's haunted, right? I'm like, what? What the fuck are you talking about? He goes, yeah, it's haunted. And then another guy pipes in and says, yeah, so is the building across the street. And I'm like, what? You know what? Fuck you guys. Like, no. It's not haunted. Now, I already believe in ghosts, but I don't believe when somebody tells me, oh, it's haunted. You know they're just joking around pulling your chain. And they're like, no, seriously. It used to be the prison during World War II. Like, okay. And, so then Carrie's she tells me, she's like, holy shit. You know, listen to this. As she tells me the story about how she was asleep one night, and since she was a female, she had to sleep in the what we call the station captain's room. And so, so other guys weren't around her, no rapes, nothing, nothing nefarious could go on, all right? And so she's all like, I was out there and I woke up because I felt like somebody was standing on top of my chest. Like everything in their being was pressing down on my chest. I could not frickin', I couldn't breathe, nothing like that. It was like, what the fuck? And so ever since then, she always told whoever was the station captain, she was not, under any circumstances, not going to sleep in that station captain room by herself anymore. So she always ended up, out of Station 3 anyways, she always ended up sleeping in the common bunk room with the rest of the fellas. And well, her and I ended up dating, so she would end up crawling into my little bed with me too from time to time. So, but I never had any other experience out there. I never had an experience. It was just that I could not go to sleep. Every time, I would be dead tired, asleep in the chairs in the day room. I'd get up, groggy-eyed, I'd lay down in bed, and almost instantaneously, I'd be wide-eyed again, like, holy fuck, who the fuck is standing over me? Because I just felt like somebody was right there on the side of my bed. So that was Station 3. Now, like I said, I mentioned earlier in that story that there was a building that was across the street from us, and they said that building was haunted. And again, I never believed them. I was like, whatever. Well, some deployments go by and everything, and I come back, and I get back out to Station 3. And it's in the middle of the summertime. And this area of England is particularly known to be, I think I got some brakes. I don't know. I smell some brakes. Anyway, so this area of England gets some really nasty thunderstorms. And so the alarm systems are old on the base and everything like that. So if the power went out, all the alarms would go off, right? And so we would have to go out and individually reset every single one. Well, this night, it is a horrible, horrible thunderstorm. I couldn't go to sleep just because of how much thunder was going off. It was just everywhere. Like every time probably every couple seconds, right? There was thunder. And so of course the power goes out because lightning hits, a transformer or something. So the rack system, which was part of the alarm, had to go off. They call us out, Station 3, control, yeah, fire, you have alarms. We all know what it is. So, but we get up, we're all in our bunker gear. Now it's me, another airman, and a NCO. And we're like, all right. But you cannot cry wolf when it comes to fire alarms. So we know, hey, we got to go in there. We got to check. We got to do a quick walk around the perimeter on the inside of the building. And that's good. So our NCO is like, hey, Arillo, you and the other guy, go ahead and go through the building. We're like, shit, all right, Now, I kind of knew that this was haunted, but the other are told that this was haunted. The other airman was told nothing. He was hardly ever out at Station 3. So we go around, and it's 2 floors. It's a 2-story, and it's also kind of a square. But the outside perimeter is a hallway, and all the offices are on the inside of the building. Okay? So I don't know if my hand was too high. So square, that was the hallways, the inside of the building, the meat of the building was the offices. So we go down, We check the first floor, it's clear. We get up to the second floor. Now, at the front of the building was where the stairs were at. So we came up, and we were going to take the same path that we took downstairs. So we go to the right. We turn the corner, and at the corner, when we walk around, we turn our flashlights down the hallway. And we could see perfectly straight down the hallway. There at the end of the hallway was a man, dressed in full uniform. It wasn't a uniform that I recognized at that time. Okay, and we stopped, we're like, Sir, are you okay? And he fucking turns the corner, right? He walks off and turns the corner. We're like, what the fuck? So we run down there, right? We hustle our asses down there. We get there, we shine our lights down there, nobody. So I fucking sprint to the end of that hallway and turn, nothing. We're like, what the fuck is going on? You know, so we radio that back that. We're like, sir, we have a military member. We can't find him. He's disappeared on us. And he's like, what? We're like, we've seen a military member, sir. He's in the building. We don't know where he is now. We've lost him. Stand by while we look. Right? So Chris and I come back, and we're like, well, hey, he has to be coming down the stairways. So we come back around. I gave you the guy's other name. So we come back around, right? We come back to the front. We turn that corner. At the end of this hallway now, okay, we see what looks like legs, a person walking into a room. We're like, oh, fuck, there he is. So we go and we run. We go to that door. We try to jiggle that door. It's locked. There's no lights on, right? Because there was a crack underneath the door. So there was no lights on. We're like, what the fuck is going on? So we try to jingle the handle, nothing. We're pounding on it. Sir, open the door. Open the door. You know, he's like, sir, we're ordering you to open the door. I mean, nothing that we could do. You know, in the military, you just say order and people kind of obey, but whatever, right? So nobody opens the door to this thing. And we're like, what the fuck is going on? So we call back to our NCO. And we tell them, hey, you need to call the cops. You need to call the SPs. I think they're called SFs now, but we called them security police back in the day. You need to call the SPs and get them over here, man. This guy has locked himself into the room. We can't get him the fuck out. He won't open the door. Okay. So the SPs show up, right? And it's also 2 airmen and an NCO. The 2 airmen come upstairs with us, right? Well, they were able to get a hold of the building manager, and the building manager had the keys to all the offices. There was nothing secret about this room. It's kind of just like a logistical office, right? So she gives us the keys, and we go in there because we're like, hey, we don't know, if this guy is bad, if he's good, what. So just fucking stay here. She's like, okay. So we go, we open up the door, nobody in there. Not a single fucking thing is out of place, like he fucking moved something, or if he touched the desk, anything like that. We're just like, what? We swear to God, man, there is a guy in this fucking office. We're like, okay, fine. So we come back out of that, and we go down, and we're like, look, let's just start checking all the rooms, Let's go door to door, see if anything's unlocked. Maybe he went somewhere else. I'm gonna have to fucking run this. And, so we ended up, all 4 of us, we ended up coming around this corner again. At the end of the fucking hallway again is this dude in the uniform. He fucking makes a right turn down that hallway. Guards pull out their fucking pistols. We start running down. We're yelling out, sir, stop. And you could hear us. We got radio going have you found him? What going on? We get to the end of the corner. We turn around. There he is. He stops. Right? He's looking at us again. He disappears. He fucking appears. we all just fucking stood there stunned silence. It seemed like for 5 fucking minutes. It probably was really only 10 seconds. We all just kind of get like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. We all turned around and we fucking ran all the way the fuck back out. Right? We run downstairs. We absolutely fucking refused to go back up there. We're like, nope, we're not doing it. This dude disappeared. Just standing there and then wasn't there anymore. We're like, no, this shit can't happen. We're talking about outside. We all started fucking lighting up cigarettes and shit. We're just so fucking freaked the fuck out. I mean, we couldn't handle it. We don't know what the fuck we saw, you know? Like, how does a guy just disappear? It was ridiculous. So anyways, the NCOs ended up deciding, well, shit, there's a guy in there, because we're reporting there's this dude. And they go through and they search every fucking room, upstairs and downstairs. Do not find anybody. We're like, what the shit is going on? Okay? So finally we decide, you know what? Fuck it. We have like 100 more buildings to go fucking clear the alarms on. Let's just go do that shit. The cops escort us to like every fucking room. Never saw another dude, nothing. Okay? Now here it is. Wake up call was at 6 a.m. the next morning, right? It's still kind of fucking raining outside. The thunder has passed. But, you know, the next shift guys start showing up about 6:30. So 6:30 shows up, a bunch of airmen guys come. We have to smoke out at the front of the building where we can look across the street at that building, okay? Because the backside of the building was where the elementary school was, and they don't want us smoking in front of, you know, little elementary school kids. So, we're standing out there. A couple of the guys are already out there smoking, and then I'm done with my morning chores and shit, and I walk out, and I'm like, hey, I need a cig. And they're like, all right. So I bum a cig, because I wasted mine that night. Bummed a cig, started smoking, and then I'm normally a talkative guy, so I wasn't talking at all. I wasn't looking up. I was looking down at my feet. And they're all like, what the fuck's going on, man? Like, are you okay? Something happened last night? Like, me and the other airmen, we look at each other, and we're just like, nah, nothing, man, nothing, you know? I'm like, are you sure? And then the other guy goes, well, yeah, man, we're not sure. Maybe we saw a freaking ghost in that building. And they're like, what? You know, they don't believe us either. They're just sitting there like, no, you guys are freaking pulling our chains, whatever, man. They're like, no, dude, this shit happened. So we're sitting there talking about everything that happened, okay? And two of us sorry. I'm not very good at keeping track of what gear I am in this damn fucking bike. Anyway, so we ended up looking at each other. We're looking up at the building at the same time. At the same corner of the building where the dude disappeared on us, we saw the curtains to the window open and then shut. Now this was a Sunday morning. There was nobody at that building again. We saw the curtains open and then close shut as soon as we looked up. I looked at the other airman, not the same one that was with me that night, but a different one that was coming on shift. We looked at each other and I said, fuck this shit, threw my cigarette. I wasn't even halfway done with it. Fuck this shit. Went right back in. I never fucking went back outside that morning. I went straight to my car and drove home and went back to sleep. That was it, man. And anytime after that, if they said we had to go in that building, I flat out refused. I said no. I was getting threatened with dereliction of duty one time. And one of the NCOs came up to the guy, the senior NCO who was threatening with dereliction of duty. He He said, nah, man, I really kind of had an experience over there, and he's not going in. I got it. And I mean, straight up, never, ever, ever went into that building again. So that was actually not the last time. That was the last time I saw a full body apparition ghost. I've had other kind of freaky shit happen. If you don't believe, if you're a skeptic, come hang out with me for a while, guys. Fucking fucked up shit happens all the time with me. Some weird, unexplained shit you'll never even believe. Man, I swear to God, I've seen Bigfoot. I can't prove it. The other guy I was with that night, he absolutely denies it. To everybody else but to me. He'll talk to me about it, but he'll say, nope, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. No, man. But ghosts aplenty, ghost animals, ghost people. I've only seen 2 full body apparitions. I told you one. The one was when I was a child. I lived in a house where a dude got murdered. Man, fucked up shit happens, guys. Fucked up shit happens around me, man. I swear to God, unexplained, crazy ass shit. So, like, to the point where I don't even watch like any of those ghost adventure shows anymore, because when I do, that's when like crazy shit really starts popping off. If I stop watching them, that shit quiets down, man. And it's not like self-fulfilling prophecies or any of that shit. It's not in my head. Like, one night something happened with my wife sitting next to me on my couch, and I mean, she got so fucking freaked out. It was ridiculous. So, the timing, too, on this thing that happened was not serendipitous. It was not coincidental. It was too fucking spot on for it to be anything like that. So, if you want to hear that story, I can tell you guys that story. But, yeah, so thanks for coming and taking a ride on the VFR with me and listening to my crazy fucking ghost stories. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I don't do this very often, guys, but hey, hit that like button and subscribe, okay? I'm doing this for you guys. I love doing this. I love talking to you guys. I love riding my motorcycles. Alright, guys, we'll talk to you later. And I'm out.